create something fancy with me, like literally. This gorgeous fine shimmer paper is so beautiful, but we modified it. So go ahead and join us as we do Fashion Friday with this amazing inspiration. I love it so much. Isn't it gorgeous? Don't you want to order it? Sadly, it was from one of those companies abroad that does not have a good reputation, but the image is beautiful. So I wanted to take and create this with you now for today's Fashion Friday inspiration in our card making and crafting. If you haven't already, subscribe and hit that bell and join us all week as we create and connect over card making and oh, you guys, that's lush. Let's go ahead and create it right now. And it's easier than you think. Ombre is so beautiful, you guys. And actually the lights are on this. I'm gonna turn off a light. Ready? So you can see it. It's a little bit darker than it does look like under the light, but the lights are super bright here, so for filming. And this is that gorgeous, gorgeous fine shimmer. So it comes in multiple colors, but this is what it looks like before. This is the gold. And it inspired me to really create this pretty ombre look. We're gonna go ahead and dive right on in. I do use a spare piece of chipboard when I'm creating, and you can find all of the shopping lists for this on my blog at gettingcrafty.net. We are using our blending brushes. We're going to embrace the 3 colors that I picked today, which are, let me see here, Blushing Bride, Rich Raspberry, and Blackberry Bliss. So this is a subtles, and these are the Rich Regals. I have to say, when you are buying your ink pads, go ahead and buy the refills. It's just worth it. Our ink refills are great, and you can save 10% when you buy a whole color family of either ink pads or refills. Same with our cardstock. You save a lot when you buy the bundles. So this is really dark. Now, and I'm going to tell you, you can touch it afterwards and it's going to transfer color unless you do the little trick I'm going to teach you at the end of this project. So we're going to go ahead and create this. Now I'm going to back out so you can see it a little bit better. I have you can see my whole table. I move around a lot, you guys. Okay, so sorry to bump ya. What we're going to do is I'm setting up so that we can create. And this chipboard, we're going to go off of the board. So it's going to be and there's a little trick on how to set this so it doesn't transfer ink. Go ahead and stick your finger in the ink pad like me. Why not, right? It's just more color in your life. Now we're going to take one of our blending brushes and kind of just pat it to it. Don't dig it in. And then I'm going to turn and just dig it in. Do a circular motion. This is very soft. This is a very soft pink. You could go with a darker pink if you wanted to. I love, love, love the inspiration outfit for this, and I would totally rock that beautiful ombre plum and pink project. And I don't even like pink, though you wouldn't guess it by looking at my nails. I'm just saying. It's a nice surprise. And then we're going to go up to the next color. And this is where you're going to see a little bit more of it. Again, I have multiple lights on this, and so it's very bright. So we're going to do a circular motion to really blend it in. And I'm kind of taking it down into the pretty Blushing Bride. Right there. And it is lush, you guys. That glitter, so pretty. And then I'm just going to kind of come down and lightly, I've not re-inked it. I'm just kind of rounding it out here. Now, if you're worried about it transferring to your fingers, that's actually the ink pad. You can use like a scrap of paper to kind of hold it down while you're crafting, which I will do because you can leave fingerprints on it where your fingers will pick up the color. Now we're going into the Blackberry Bliss. This is where it gets really yummy. Really plummy. And I don't know that it's transferring as well or showing as well on the video because this is yummy and lush. And it reminds me of like a really fine wine, that really deep, kind of mellowy berry look. And just keep going in. You're going to go around the texture. Anytime you're dealing with a textured paper, you're going around. So you're going to be going around the image and trying to capture the card base underneath. You still want that reflection. It's still going to go in. And you can like kind of even do that if you want to add a little patches of dark. And then just kind of blend it. You can pat. These are like sturdy, you guys. You can really go to town. Now, always, always, always darken the edge. And then we're going to layer this with Blackberry Bliss cardstock. And we're going to layer it on top of the Blushing Bride card as the base. So super easy here. Boom, boom, boom. I'm actually going to close my ink pads because if you leave it to me, I'm really talented in dropping them, losing them, putting things on top of them, and then ruining them, or my fingers or my project. Is it just me? Does anybody else get sidetracked with crafting and is like, ooh, next thing, shiny, brilliant, shiny and new, come aboard. Now this is just a scrap that I had from the same paper when I was cutting it down. And we're going to use that for the greening. And I'm going to end up using our Stays On Jet Black ink for that. That is a solvent ink. So I'm looking to see where I put mine down. Thank goodness I have 300 of them. Not really, but thank goodness I have quite a few. And we're using the Something Fancy stamp set that you see right here. It comes with the great dies that coordinate, that look like punches and labels, really pretty. And we're going to embrace the grateful for the everyday magic of you. That's neutral. It's perfect for a lot. Now we're going to take our heat tool and we're going to go and just kind of set it. Set it and forget it. That was like an infomercial, if I remember correctly, right? I'm just going to set it and forget it. Now, we're not heat embossing anything. We're just allowing that ink to dry so that we can create with it right away. Pretty, right? Can you see that ombre? Ooh, girl, that is pretty. Now, we're just going to have it on top of the Blackberry Bliss here and the Blushing Bride card here. And I'm going to show you guys, this comes together so stinking easy. We're just going to take the Blushing Bride, use our bone folder to give it a firm impression, just like that. And then we're going to use Stampin' Dimensional adhesive in between each layer. So we're going to put the Blackberry Bliss down. Simple little trick. When you are paper cutting, you usually will create its own lip. If you can see that there, it's a little lip. You want to make sure you put the lip down, facing the card base. Ooh, I didn't. It's so hard. I lived my whole life in California until almost 2 years ago. So trying to fit in seeing everybody that I love is really challenging. I think that's probably the hardest thing with the move is moving away from people that are my family and that have become my family over the years. Has anybody else moved? It's really interesting. The amount of people that moved over the United States in the last 2 years, it's been, actually maybe 3 years, it's been really big, especially from California, right? Okay, and we're going to turn and we're going to put some more dimensionals on the back of this. Now, this card screams wow. This card screams fashion. And if you look at the sample right here of the fashion inspiration, I hope that you see what we're doing with this and how it kind of mimics it. I don't know where you get your inspiration. Maybe it's art. I love looking at art also and being inspired, but I love fashion. I really do. I love accessories. You'll see I'm always, girl, I could play all day long. It's like playing dress up. There we go. Right here. And we're not transferring ink anymore now that it's all heat set. Set that to the side. Then we're going to stamp that greeting on here with the Stays On ink pad. And it can stamp. Now this is going to be going over texture. So you really want to make sure that it's inked up well. Right? And I didn't rock. I just patted. And we're going to stamp. Now you could either cut that down. Ooh. Grateful for and this smells like almonds. If you don't know, Stays On ink pad smells like almonds and it's happy. Happy, happy, happy. And then we're going to put a little bit more. Why? It's Fashion Friday. Who doesn't love a little bit more on this? So we're using, I'm grabbing, maybe, if I can find them, crackers. I am grabbing my elegant, I just keep moving stuff is what it is, you guys. Hold on one second here. Okay, so you can see we're going to be adding a little bit of bling. Why? Why not is the question, you guys. Why not add a little bit more bling? And do so with your Take Your Pick tool. So we're going against texture and ink that we've applied. That is a little bit of an uphill battle. So what you want to do is you can use either the tip here, which is like the little spatula, or you can use now, when you Take Your Pick tool, it does not come in this black holder. That's for our Getting Crafty family. Instead, it comes in a little clear holder. Do not get rid of those clear holders, you guys. Embrace them, because when you're not using your bits and baubles, put them back in there and then store it. And this reminds me of like a really good pair of earrings. Why not? And then to the side here, we're going to add a little bling to the bottom. If it's not sticking, because you are going over texture and you're going over ink, even if it is dry, you can use a dot of our multi-purpose liquid adhesive on here. Now, uneven numbers is ideal in crafting and decorating, if you didn't know that. Right there. Oops. So it does need, just because it's going against all that texture. And so what I'm going to do, let's put it back on there so I can grab it with my Take Your Pick tool, because I don't want it coming off when I'm mailing it. Just like that. Right there. And now you want to make sure you give it time to dry. Okay, that's a big thing when you're applying a liquid adhesive. Give it time to dry. Normally, it's a very strong adhesive, but because, and then I'm using this putty to put it on, you guys. I'm like, which I find easier than the spatula sometimes. Now, when you get to the point where it's done, you just take off that bits right there. Give it a little half turn and wait. Okay, wait till it feels some suggestions and wait. This is under pressure, so that little gummy tip will keep pushing out for a while, and then I will just keep using it over and over and over. Sure pretty. And these are the Elegant Faceted Gems. They have a really pretty blushy center, and then like a crystal, and then like a pearl center. So easy. And we're going to put some dimensionals on this. And I took it so it overlapped over the three layers there, adding a little of interest and flair to your project because it is Fashion Friday. So when you're creating and you're going to create something really pretty, look and be inspired. Go ahead, be inspired. What do you think? Do you see this sample right next to us? Isn't that gorgeous? And it's got that gorgeous ombre look, and it's going to be a card that's dazzling, like the person you're going to send it to, that you are grateful for the everyday magic of them, like I am of you. Fashion Friday is not just for clothes. They can inspire you to create even beautiful handmade projects. So if you haven't already, check out this full tutorial with all the measurements and all the shopping links in the description below and on my blog at gettingcrafty.net. And you can see this full inspiration right here. I think it did a really great job of capturing it with that beautiful shimmer. If you haven't already, make sure that you catch these upcoming videos, subscribe, and hit that bell so you can join us all week long as we make the world a more beautiful place, one handmade card at a time. Thanks for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you, yes you, with inky fingers next time. Mwah! God bless. Bye.